Could Always Be Worse, a Yiddish folktale by Margot Zamach. Once upon a time in a small village, a poor, unfortunate man lived with his mother, his wife, and his 6 children in a little one-room hut. Because they were so crowded, the man and his wife often argued.
You never put your socks away.
The dinner's always burned.
The children were noisy, and they fought.
It's not fair. That's mine.
Give me that.
I want one. Not me.
Something stinks.
In the winter, when the nights were long and the days were cold, life in the hut was especially hard. The hut was full of crying and quarreling. One day, when the poor old man couldn't stand it any longer, he ran to the rabbi for advice.
Holy Rabbi. Oh, Holy Rabbi, things are in a bad way with me and getting worse. We're so poor that my mother, my wife, and my 6 children and I all live together in one very small hut. We're too crowded and there's so much noise. Help me, Rabbi. I'll do whatever you say.
Tell me, my poor man, is it possible you have any animals? Perhaps a chicken or 2?
Yes, I do have a few chickens, also a rooster, and a goose.
Ah, fine. I'll take the chicken and the rooster and the goose into your hut to live with you.
Yes, indeed, Rabbi.
The poor old man went home and took the chickens, the rooster, and the goose out of the shed and into his little hut. When some days or a week had gone by, life in the hut was much worse than before. Now with the crying and quarreling, there was honking, clucking, and crowing.
It's not fair. That's mine.
Give me that.
I want one. Not me.
Something stinks.
There were feathers in the soup. The hut stayed just as small, the children grew bigger. When the poor old man couldn't stand it any longer, he again ran to the rabbi for help.
Holy Rabbi, see what misfortune has befallen me. Now with the crying and the quarreling and the honking and the clucking and the crowing, there are feathers in the soup. Rabbi, it couldn't get any worse. Help me, please.
Tell me, my poor man, do you have any goats?
Yes, I do have an old goat, but he's not worth much.
Excellent. Now take the old goat into your hut to live with you.
Oh, do you really mean it, Rabbi?
Oh, come now, my good man, and do as I say at once.
The poor man went home and took the old goat into his hut. When some days or a week had gone by, life in the hut was much worse than before. Now with the crying, quarreling, clucking, honking, and crowing, the goat ran wild.
It's not fair. That's mine.
Give me that.
I want one. Not me.
Something stinks.
It's funny. Something stinks.
The hut seemed smaller, the children grew bigger. When the poor old man couldn't stand it any longer, he again ran to the rabbi for advice.
Holy Rabbi, now the goat is running wild. My life is a nightmare.
Is it possible you may have a cow?
Yes,
No, it doesn't matter.
yes, it's true. I have a cow.
Good. Now take the cow into your hut.
Oh, surely not, Rabbi.
Do as I say at once.
Oh.
The poor old man went home with a heavy heart and took the cow into his hut. Is the rabbi crazy? When some days or a week had gone by, life in the hut was very much worse than before. Everyone quarreled, even the chickens. The goat ran wild, the cow trampled everything.
It's not fair. That's mine. I want one. Not me. Something stinks. Something stinks.
to small, the children grew bigger. At last, when he could stand it no longer, the poor old man ran to the rabbi for advice.
Thanks.
Holy Rabbi, help me, save me. The end of the world has come. The cows trampling everything. There's no room even to breathe. It's worse than a nightmare.
Go home now, my poor unfortunate man, and let the animals out of your hut.
I will do it right away.
The poor old man went home and took the chickens, the rooster, the goose, the goat, and the cow out of his hut. That night, everyone in the hut slept peacefully. There was no clucking, no crowing, no honking. There was plenty of room to breathe. The very next day, the poor old man ran home back to the rabbi.
Holy Rabbi, you have made life sweet for me. With just my family in the hut, it's so quiet, so roomy, so peaceful. What a pleasure.
He put the sex away.